It is Sunday, September 23rd, about 1:49 Central Time. It is halftime of the Minnesota Vikings game, and they are currently down 27-0 at home against the worst football team in the league, the Buffalo Bills. My dynasty and my fantasy football teams are not doing well. The Timberwolves are they're relatively in shambles. Only positive note is that Karl Anthony Towns just signed a 5-year extension for $190 million. So at least there's that. But all in all, the sports world has put me over the edge today and this week in general. But today there is an event called the Twin Cities Sneakers and Art Exchange that is put on by Studio 23 that they do once or twice every year. And I've been to it a couple times in the past, but haven't been in 3 years probably. So I'm gonna go check that out. Not planning on buying anything at this time, but at the same time, never know, with how this week has gone, a little retail therapy might be in order. So we're at TCSAX and music's bumping, people are buying shoes, clothes, all sorts of different things. Unfortunately for me, not a lot of size 14s as I do have a big foot, but lots of really cool shoes, lots of really cool people that I've known for a couple of years, meeting some new people. Shout out to Ben, shout out to Q, shout out to Julia, shout out to anybody else that I met for the first time in person today, but shout out to everybody else too. Don't think I'm gonna come home with any shoes today, but we'll see if I might get some clothes or something of that sort.
What's good? We're at TCSAX. I don't know which number TCSAX is it?
I think it's 10.
TCSAX 10. I've been at these events since the day one. We're gonna go around, check out some shops, maybe do some copping. I don't know.
There you go. So I'm leaving TCSAX. Unfortunately, no shoes that fit me, but did find a shirt that promotes one of the local shoe groups called Soul Provider with Randy Moss on it, and it's a pretty sweet shirt as a Vikings fan. So I think by now I know how to work a camera. So all in all, TCSAX was a ton of fun. Got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. and I just love whenever I can get the chance to indulge in the sneaker community, because I haven't for a number of years. I really started liking shoes in high school, or I guess middle school, when I had some Allen Iversons to play basketball in. The pumps, I had like 3 or 4 pairs of those. Got to high school, got a few pairs of Jordans, Nikes, whatever here and there. And then I got to college, and that's when some people call it an addiction, some people call it a passion. I would call it a little bit of both. Took off, and I got up to close to 100 pairs, if not 100 pairs, sometime in college. And not necessarily all the craziest shoe release that were releasing at the time, but a mixture of really cool limited sneakers, as well as things that you could go into any Foot Locker and buy off the shelf. Sneakers are a passion of mine. It's something that is going to be present on this channel, very much so going forward. It's hard for me to explain, but it's always just been something that's resonated with me. Sneakers, clothing, fashion, and how it intertwines with music, hip hop, basketball, football, sports in general. And I want to meet somewhere in that crossroads, because those are all of my interests, and that's what I'm going to be showing to this channel in some capacity. So I guess I'm going to do a video in the future talking a little bit more about my collection and shoes, and maybe sneaker drops, and maybe even some giveaways. But in the meantime, just wanted to show you this one for the TCSAX event. I was wearing the Jordan 13 neutral gray. This is a shoe that came out in 2005. And a shoe that I really love for a number of reasons. One, it came out when I was in 5th grade, and it's size 13. I certainly wasn't wearing size 13 then, but I've been in men's shoes for a long time. But it's an old shoe that not many people have. It hasn't retroed since it came out in 2005, and I honestly hope it doesn't, because I like the limited factor, but if it does, no big deal. I also like it because it's got the Carolina blue soles, as well as the Jumpman. And North Carolina is my favorite college basketball team. I've been a fan since the Tyler Hansbrough days back in probably like 2006, 2007. I might not be getting my dates right, but not only do I have those, the North Carolina vibe is definitely strong in more ways than one. Let me get that to focus on these. I got these. This is a Jordan 11 low that came out last year. Only difference is that these are a 14, because sometime a couple years ago my foot actually grew somewhere between a half and a full size. And that's unfortunate for a sneaker collector, but I do have some. I've been making my way towards more 14s, so that way I can wear my stuff, because I don't want it to all stay in the closet. Everything that I have, I would either wear or I have worn. I'm not in the business of just keeping trophies for the sake of looking at things. Granted, that would be different if it was an autographed pair or something of that sort, but that's its own case. And also, just because I have it here, I wanted to show this. This is the box that the Jordan 13s came in 2005. They don't make boxes like this anymore. They come out with a new design every 3, 4, 5 years. But it's just another piece of it. It's just the story of sneakers that everyone has. Even as the details as granular as the box, but also where you got the shoe. How did you get it? How hard was it to find? How long did it take to get? What does it mean to you for other ways? Like for me, North Carolina is one of my favorite teams. Every shoe tells a story, and that is why I am such a big fan of shoes. Almost every single pair in my closet, I can give you a number of reasons as to why I have that shoe. Because if I didn't have a reason, obviously I wouldn't own it. But stay on the lookout for a video in the future highlighting a majority of my collection, at least my favorite shoes. I'm sure over time, more and more of it will be showcased. Like I said, I want to be doing more sneaker stuff on this channel, highlighting what I do have, highlighting new drops. At some point, it would be awesome to do some kind of collaboration. That's obviously going to be in the future. But, also doing giveaways, whatever it means, or whatever that looks like. But I guess on an ending note, I just want to show you, this is the shirt that I got from the sneaker event at TCSAX. Shout out to Soul Provider with the Randy Moss shirt. And I don't know if it'll focus, but it says Provider over the eyes, courtesy of that shoe group. That's just one of the Facebook groups that everyone in the Twin Cities, it's definitely the #1 page in the Twin Cities. And so definitely check it out if you're in the area, or not, because I'm sure many people would ship and lots of really legit dudes. On the horizon, tonight I am going to the Justin Timberlake concert, and I am absolutely pumped about that. He's one of my favorite artists ever. I just think he's so talented at everything that he does, and I've never seen him in concert. His No Strings Attached album with In Sync was actually the first album that I ever had. I got it in kindergarten with a boombox for Christmas, and that's all she wrote, I guess. But this is the first time I've ever seen him in concert. I'm pumped. It's at the Xcel Energy Center downtown St. Paul. So I'm sure that you can expect to see something of that at the end of this video. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, do the whole thing. I'll send you $1 on Venmo if you do that, and you can prove it. So just, that's some incentive for you. All right, thank you. Talk to you next time.